another edition of SKN Football Weekly. I am your host, Andre Hewitt. This is the official TV show, web TV series, where we recap and preview the matches in the National Bank Premier League in St. Kitts. I am Andre Hewitt, as I said earlier, and this is my co-host, LaShawn Dixon. We're here every week. And of course, we're going to be playing the predictor game, which we started last week, where we actually predicted the games last week, and then so we recap them this week as well as predicting the games coming up this week. But that's going to be later on in the show. We're going to look at the tables, and we're going to look at the upcoming matches. But let's start with a review of last week's matches, which were quite exciting. Nothing like the previous week. Nothing like the previous week. Well, we're going to be talking about that. But before we do that, let's recap the games played last week with this report.
The highly anticipated matchup between S-Crave Newtown United FC and SL Horses St. Paul's ended in a 1-1 stalemate Sunday in the National Bank Premier League. Scoring for St. Paul's, Kiefer Freeman in the 45th minute, but scoring for Newtown, Orlando Mitchum, cancelling out that goal in the 85th minute. Coach Earl Jones of Newtown said after the match that the result was good, considering the improved effort of his players in the second half.
Yeah, we was down one with end of the first half. We went back in and we just tweak a few things and then we come back out. You see a major improvement, I must admit. Sometimes it's going to be like this, the game plan, how it is sometimes. So, but all in all, I must give credit to the guys. They really work hard and we end up to come out with a 1 point,
What do you think was needed to tweak from the first half to the second half?
Well, it's just the energy level. I felt it was a little too low. Probably with players out there trying to consume energy for the next half. And, we gotta get away from that. You go and you give it your all. Your best shot from start, push. And when you're tired, you got other players there because it's a team, So.
For Javon Leader, captain of St. Paul's, his team should have held on to the winning position.
Yeah, obviously, after working so hard to get the goal and now to concede a penalty was a tough loss, a tough job for us.
Now, what do you think was the energy levels falling for the team in the second half that led to that goal or led to giving up that goal?
I guess it's a lack of concentration going on to the end. Basically, that's why you end up like a penalty.
Now, going forward, you guys had draw the match last week as well. The match before and now this one. What will it take now to pick up the game and see if you can get some more wins on the board?
I think we should go back to the giant board and come out with a more attacking force to actually get back to winning ways.
Meanwhile, in the day's other matches, Elk Limited St. Peter's got their first win of the season, a 3-1 victory over Fast Gas Saddlers United. They led 2-1 at half-time. Scoring for St. Peter's, Kareem Simmons in the 13th minute, Moses Dale in the 38th minute, and Adrian Obina in the 88th minute. For Saddlers, Xavier French in the 44th minute. In the day's other match, Flo Fuji Ken Rockets easily won 2-0 versus United Old Road Jets. Vince Roy Nelson scored in the 53rd minute and Dante Libert in the 57th minute for Keon. On Saturday, 2 matches were played. Hobson Enterprises Garden Hotspurs joined 1-1 with Mantab. Scoring for Mantab was Jermaine Carey in the 48th minute and in the 65th minute, Tyreek Francis. In the second match of the doubleheader, Ramsville Superstars defeated Sol Allen Auto Supplies Connery 2-0. Scoring for Village, Raheem Francis in the 33rd minute, Devon Elliott a penalty kick in the 66th minute.
And so there you have it, a recap of the games played in last week's SKNFA National Bank Premier League. On that note, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking some more about those games, myself and LaShawn, and we'll also take a look at the upcoming games this weekend.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like knowing you're covered when your house gets flooded, getting your settlements quickly and fairly when a fire hits your home, and making sure your business can keep going even after an accident happens on site. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
It's one of the most anticipated events of the year. November 4, get ready for Latin Festival at Freaky Bay Lawn starting at 3 p.m. Featuring out of Puerto Rico, Sun Divas. Out of Sweet Sugar Sonic St. Kitts, DJ Elvis. From Jamaica, Romain Virgo. And out of of Dominican Republic, El Alpha El Jefe. Get your tickets now at Cajola Cristado Limited, online at latinfestival.net, Avalon Lab in the Sands Complex for only $35 EC until October 28 and $55 after. At Uncle Fats, you can get your VIP tickets for only $320 EC until October 15 and $350 after. Limited amount available. Save the date, November 4. Get ready for Latin Fiesta. Sponsored by Cajola Cristata, Hobson Enterprise, St. Kitts Marriott Resort, Caribbean Cinemas, Stag, and Mojitos La Casa de Albano.
Preview. When I see the love in the land, boy, it's Christmas again.
It might be too early to say it's Christmas time, but KFC is giving you a chance to win extra cash for this Christmas. $3,500 EC. All you have to do is spend $25 EC or more. Then log on to kfcsurvey.com. Complete the survey. Write the validation code you receive after you finish the survey on the back of your KFC receipt, along with your name and phone number, and return to any KFC cashiers. Simple as that. And listen out for your name in December for that extra cash of $3,500 EC. Celebrate the Christmas holidays with KFC. KFC is finger licking good.
Cause when I see the love in the land, boy, it's Christmas again.
For all your printing needs at top-notch quality, go to Digital Print Plus, located on Princess Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts. At Digital Print Plus, you get the best in business cards, letterheads, envelopes, wristbands, tent cards, rack cards, flyers, brochures, logo designs, posters, photos, architectural designs, 3D renderings, and so much more. Digital Print Plus gives you the best quality at competitive prices. Contact us at 767-7468 or email digitalprintskn@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook at Digital Print SKN. Digital Print Plus for all your printing needs at the best quality.
The Cable, we provide much more than just the fastest and most reliable internet service. We fill the homes of all our customers with joy and laughter. Our services connect friends and keep families together. With the most extensive fiber optic network, we ensure that you can enjoy the things you love with the people you love. Whether it's catching up with family or old friends, or simply just enjoying your favorite TV shows, people choose the Cable because quality shows.
Ricardo's Home Center and Hardware is your first and best choice in hardware supplies. Visit Ricardo's for paint supplies, screws and nails, windows and doors, building supplies, plumbing supplies, tools, cabinetry, lavatory and accessories, tile, cement and grout, water heaters, lumber and plywood, and much more. At Ricardo's, our services are second to none in the Federation. We offer paint mixing, screen repair, screen installation, window repair, security screen door repair, and commercial doors and locks repair. We also offer delivery service. So come by at Ricardo's in Needsmith Estate, St. Kitts. Call 465-9229, 466-1824, 662-3451. Email rhcenter.h@gmail.com. For the best in supplies and service, visit Ricardo's Home Center and Hardware.
Change the way you watch TV. Introducing Ear TV KN, the new way to watch TV. Watch real-time TV, your favorite shows and channels on any smart TV or mobile device from any location. Starting as low as $75 per month, get up to 3 devices connected on one account. With Ear TV, you can watch movies on demand. Over 4,000 titles to choose from, with 3-day trials available. Works on Amazon Fire TV devices, Android phone tablets, and Apple iPhone and iPad. Includes over 500 channels in HD and 4K. Simple to use plug-in and play technology, and pay as you go month to month. No long-term commitments, no cancellation fee, and get professional support. Call us to subscribe to Ear TV KN at 869-661-2478 or check us out on Facebook. Make your television experience greater by getting Ear TV KN now. Incredible, impressive, and affordable. Ear TV KN.
Uptown Pizza and Cafe in Charlestown, Nevis offers the widest variety in sumptuous lunches found anywhere on the island. Come for a delicious pizza of any topping: pepperoni, veggie, margarita, chicken and pineapple, and more. Try the special dishes: wings at various flavors, sweet Thai chili, spicy barbecue, and more. Uptown Pizza and Cafe also offers the best in burgers: Fiesta Burger, Barbecue Cheddar Burger, and much more. Come to Uptown Pizza and Cafe, located at Cedar Trees, Charlestown, opposite the park. Call 663-0525 or 469-3052. Also visit them on Facebook. Search Uptown Pizza. Uptown Pizza and Cafe. Local cuisine, international flavor. The National Bank Premier League in St. Kitts is back, and Voice of the Caribbean Radio is bringing live coverage with the SKN FA Match of the Week. Every Saturday evening at 8 p.m., Voice of the Caribbean Radio will be broadcasting the Premier League Match of the Week at www.voiceofthecaribbean.net or sknfa.com.
Shot taken, and in the back of the net!
We'll bring you the action through live commentary and analysis with pre-game, halftime, and post-game shows, live and direct from the Warner Park Football Stadium. That's the SKNFA Match of the Week on Voice of the Caribbean Radio in partnership with the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, bringing live radio coverage every Saturday at 8 p.m. from now till the end of the season, only on voiceofthecaribbean.net or sknfa.com. Live football action from St. Kitts every Saturday on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, your Caribbean sports leader.
I am floored. That is a scorcher of a goal. That's the best.
Welcome back to SKN Football Weekly. I'm Andre Huey. My co-host LaShawn Dixon. We're here at the conference room of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association Football House on Lozak Road, Bastyr, St. Kitts. Well, just before the break, you saw us looking at the games played last week. LaShawn, your thoughts on those games? Quite interesting. Like I said, nothing like the previous week.
Yes, it was much better this past week. I think every game gave us 2 goals at least. So it was an improved effort from footballers this week, last weekend.
Well, let's start with the first one, Garden Hotspurs versus Mantab. That was a game we thought Spurs probably would have won.
Yes.
But surprisingly, for some people, it went to a 1-1 draw.
Yes, and Spurs had to come from behind to earn the 1-1.
For a long period of time, yes.
Mantab, they look like they definitely belong in the Premier League. They are a new team. They are back from a hiatus, maybe a 3-4 year hiatus, and they look like they definitely belong. Spurs, on the other hand, they started slowly. They weren't in it for the most part. Mantab dominated them, but they came back to earn a 1-1 draw, which they will take considering circumstances.
As for Mantab, you said earlier that they look like a Premier League team. Very early in the season still, but they certainly having, at least from the club level, having that wealth of experience from before being relegated. Now back in the Premier League, they seem to be in business.
Yes, yes, and I'm guessing it stems from the strong season they had last year in the Division 1 with the 1 promotion undefeated. So it shows that they understand what their coach wants them to play, and hopefully come the end of the season they won't be in the bottom 2.
Indeed. Spurs, what do they need to put some pep in their step? Because obviously they've slowed off after that 1-0 victory against Saddlers. They lost the week before, and now to draw this match, certainly it's not good results for them.
No, they've had a very slow start to the season. I think it boils down to inexperience. They have a very, very young squad. They have a few experienced heads around, but it's a very, very young squad. they'll probably be just hoping to see out this first round and then build upon it from the second round.
Indeed. All right, let's move on to the next game, and we must apologize to our viewers. I know last week we said that, of course, as is customary, our affiliate radio station, Voice of the Caribbean Radio, would be broadcasting the 8 p.m. game on Saturdays, but we didn't do that last week Saturday due to circumstances beyond our control, so we apologize for that. But we'll make it up for you this week, and we'll make sure that we'll have a broadcast tonight. But the game that played last week, that game was Village Superstars versus Connery FC. That ended in a 2-0 victory to Village Superstars. And you said it yourself, Village they tend to have that psychological advantage over Connery.
Yes, and it definitely showed in that game. They were a dominant force, they were ruthless in attack, they were very solid at the back, and Connery just didn't have any answers for what Village threw at them.
Wow, interesting. Connery, going in to talk about the mental advantage it seems like Village has over them. Again, we saw in the game in the playoffs, they threw everything at Village, the kitchen sink and all, and couldn't get the victory and lost the game 3-0. Then they managed to get it to the finals. They put Village in a position where after losing game 1, they were able to get a quick one on Village after keeping the game 1-1 at halftime. And then it was like a totally different team in the second half. What is it over the last few games between Connery and Village that Connery seemed to have that mental block when it comes to Village?
I guess after a while, when you struggle to beat a team, there comes a time where you're lost for answers as to how.
You just kind of give up.
You just can't find.
But it's really early in the season for that.
Yes, yes, but they'll have to go back to the drawing board. They'll have some time before they play them again, so they can look at them and study a way to beat them, because this Village team has shown that it is very beatable this season.
All right, so we have those two games that were played on Saturday. Then we head now to Sunday. St. Peter's taking on Saddlers, and as we both sort of predicted, St. Peter's would have gotten the victory, and so they did.
Yeah, they finally put some points on the board.
Their first victory, might be added. Their first victory.
The first points.
Yeah, first points.
It took them 5 weeks, but it's never too late. It's still very early in the season. They got 3 points against Saddlers, who may be in and around them, and it may be a big 3 points come the end of the season.
Indeed. I've had some talk with the coach, or one of the coaches for the St. Peter's team, and basically they pointed out that at the start of the season, part of the reason why they get a slow start as well is that a lot of their players are unavailable, and sometimes when they become available, which is around this time of the year, then they start to pick up steam. So it is expected that we will see a change in the play, and a little more pep in their step, and that they will play much different and more attacking football in the coming months. So we'll see what happens. But I guess this victory certainly will help motivate them to do just that.
Yes, definitely. It's a big monkey.
A huge one off the back. No pun intended. The team from Monkey Hill got the monkey off the back.
yes. But it will do them the world of good, especially seeing the ball going to the back of the net.
3 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not conceding more than that. So
right.
They'll be happy about that.
Saddlers, should they be hanging their heads down for this loss? I mean, this was probably a chance missed out for them, because St. Peter's were in poor form, they were struggling, and they maybe thought, we could get something out of this game.
Yes, they would be disappointed. It's definitely an opportunity lost. They would have wanted to put some space between them and the team at the bottom, but they suffered a loss, the third loss of the season. They are now just 1 point ahead of St. Peter's. They would be worried, but they have time. Time is still everyone's side.
Indeed. You're just joining us. This is SKN Football Weekly. We're recapping the games of the previous week, and we do have one last game, or actually two more games to look back on that that happened last week. One, of course, being the President Cup champions, Flow 4GK Rockets, having an easy run against the newly promoted Oro Jets, defeating them 2-0. I actually predicted that Keon would have won this game 2-1, so that wasn't so off.
And I predicted 2-0.
You predicted 2-0, so you got it right. But again, the same question as I asked for Saddlers. Should Oro be disappointed, though they were coming up against a formidable Keon team?
Not necessarily, because for the most part of that game, they played very well. It took Keon up until sometime in the second half to break the deadlock. So Olo would be happy that they played a good 45 plus minutes against the former champions, a team who knows how to win and win big. So they shouldn't be disappointed.
Yeah, indeed. Keon, good victory for them, and so they are actually second in the table. After indifferent start, a victory one week,
Yes.
lost the following week, but second in the table.
Yes, they've been very inconsistent to start the season, but a victory is always good, and it's always good to get a victory against team you're expected to beat. So, yes.
I guess the players could look right now. I mean, though it's early days, they could still say, "Well, hey, nah. We lost 6 players, but we're up there, And the 6 players who would have gone on, they're on teams that, in some cases, not even in the top 4. So, good stuff here for Keon. They are doing well. The 6 players seem to not be bothering them too much. The younger players are coming through the ranks and they're doing quite well. Though it's early days, still they're looking good. They're second at the table. And finally, on the weekend, last week, St. Paul's United versus Newtown. This game ended in a 1-1 draw.
Yes, a very, very, very exciting game to finish the weekend. St. Paul's got the opener and the stroke of halftime through a very smart finish by Freeman. Newtown.
You saw that goal coming, though.
Yes.
It was coming because St. Paul's was knocking on the door a lot in the first half.
Yes, and Newtown, though they started slowly, they grew into the game and they eventually won something. They won a penalty very late on, and it was buried, and they were able to grab a draw. And both teams remain undefeated through 5 games.
Interesting. And St. Paul's always, last season they went through the first round undefeated. They always tend to have those good results. Defending well. They defended very well on Sunday. Unfortunately for them, they gave a penalty almost in the dying moments of the game and eventually giving away a 3-point potential that they could have gotten. So after those results on the weekend, the tables are as follows. St. Paul's United, SL Horsford St. Paul's United. At the top of the table with 11 points. They are plus 4 goal difference. So they are 1 point ahead of Keon for Flow 4GK Rockets FC. 10 points in second place. Village Superstars are in third place, also with 10 points, a plus 2 differential goal difference. Newtown United, S-Crave Newtown United in 4th place on 9 points. They are also undefeated. So they and St. Paul, the 2 teams undefeated in the league. Connery FC, they've dropped down to 5th place, 7 points. Mantab, believe it or not, Mantab have stepped up the table in number 6. And last week it was Oro that was in 6, and we were saying that if the playoffs were called no, Oro would have gotten through. But Mantab, they're right there on 5 points. In 6th place, Garden Hotspurs, they've dropped down to 7th position on 5 points. Oro Jets, they've also dropped a place down as well, or 2 places down. They're now in 8th position on 4 points. Saddlers and St. Peters, the bottom 2 teams. Saddlers on 4 points, St. Peters on 3. So there you have it. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to be looking at the matches coming up this weekend, and we'll play the predictor game. We'll look at the results last week to see how well LaShawn did, how well I did. We'll get all that after the break.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like knowing you're covered when your house gets flooded. Getting your settlements quickly and fairly when a fire hits your home. And making sure your business can keep going even after an accident happens on site. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
one of the most anticipated events of the year. November 4, get ready for Latin Festival at Free Bay Lawn starting at 3 p.m. Featuring out of Puerto Rico, Sun Divas. Out of Sweet Sugar Sonic St. Kitts, DJ Elvis. From Jamaica, Romain Virgo. And out of Dominican Republic, El Alpha El Jefe. Get your tickets now at Cajola Cristal Limited, online at latinfestival.net. Avalon Lab in the Sands Complex for only $35 EC until October 28 and $55 after. At Uncle Fats, you can get your VIP tickets for only $320 EC until October 15 and $350 after. Limited amount available. Save the date, November 4. Get ready for Latin Fiesta. Sponsored by Cajola Cristata, Hobson Enterprise, St. Kitts Marriott Resort, Caribbean Cinemas, Stag, and Mojitos La Casa de Albano.
Preview. When I see the love in the land, boy, it's Christmas again.
It might be too early to say it's Christmas time, but KFC is giving you a chance to win extra cash for this Christmas. $3,500 EC. All you have to do is spend $25 EC or more. Then log on to kfcsurvey.com. Complete the survey. Write the validation code you receive after you finish the survey on the back of your KFC receipt, along with your name and phone number, and return to any KFC cashiers. Simple as that. And listen out for your name in December for that extra cash of $3,500 EC. Celebrate the Christmas holidays with KFC. KFC is finger licking good.
Cause when I see the love in the land, boy, it's Christmas again.
For all your printing needs at top-notch quality, go to Digital Print Plus, located on Princess Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts. At Digital Print Plus, you get the best in business cards, letterheads, envelopes, wristbands, tent cards, rack cards, flyers, brochures, logo designs, posters, photos, architectural designs, 3D renderings, and so much more. Digital Print Plus gives you the best quality at competitive prices. Contact us at 767-7468 or email digitalprintskn@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook at Digital Print SKN. Digital Print Plus for all your printing needs at the best quality.
The Cable, we provide much more than just the fastest and most reliable internet service. We fill the homes of all our customers with joy and laughter. Our services connect friends and keep families together. With the most extensive fiber optic network, we ensure that you can enjoy the things you love with the people you love. Whether it's catching up with family or old friends, or simply just enjoying your favorite TV shows, people choose the Cable because quality shows.
Ricardo's Home Center and Hardware is your first and best choice in hardware supplies. Visit Ricardo's for paint supplies, screws and nails, windows and doors, building supplies, plumbing supplies, tools, cabinetry, lavatory and accessories, tile, cement and grout, water heaters, lumber and plywood, and much more. At Ricardo's, our services are second to none in the Federation. We offer paint mixing, screen repair, screen installation, window repair, security screen door repair, and commercial doors and locks repair. We also offer delivery service. So come by at Ricardo's in Needsmith Estate, St. Kitts. Call 465-9229, 466-1824, 662-3451. Email rhcenter.h@gmail.com. For the best in supplies and service, visit Ricardo's Home Center and Hardware.
Change the way you watch TV. Introducing EarTV KN, the new way to watch TV. Watch real-time TV, your favorite shows and channels on any smart TV or mobile device from any location. Starting as low as $75 per month, get up to 3 devices connected on one account. With Ear TV, you can watch movies on demand. Over 4,000 titles to choose from, with 3-day trials available. Works on Amazon Fire TV devices, Android phone tablets, and Apple iPhone and iPad. Includes over 500 channels in HD and 4K. Simple to use plug-in and play technology, and pay as you go month to month. No long-term commitments, no cancellation fee, and get professional support. Call us to subscribe to Ear TV KN at 869-661-2478 or check us out on Facebook. Make your television experience greater by getting Ear TV KN now. Incredible, impressive, and affordable. Ear TV KN.
Uptown Pizza and Cafe in Charlestown, Nevis offers the widest variety in sumptuous lunches found anywhere on the island. Come for a delicious pizza of any topping: pepperoni, veggie, margarita, chicken and pineapple, and more. Try the special dishes: wings at various flavors, sweet Thai chili, spicy barbecue, and more. Uptown Pizza and Cafe also offers the best in burgers: Fiesta Burger, Barbecue Cheddar Burger, and much more. Come to Uptown Pizza and Cafe, located at Cedar Trees, Charlestown, opposite the park. Call 663-0525 or 469-3052. Also visit them on Facebook. Search Uptown Pizza. Uptown Pizza and Cafe. Local cuisine, international flavor. The National Bank Premier League in St. Kitts is back, and Voice of the Caribbean Radio is bringing live coverage with the SKN FA Match of the Week. Every Saturday evening at 8 p.m., Voice of the Caribbean Radio will be broadcasting the Premier League Match of the Week at www.voiceofthecaribbean.net or sknfa.com.
Shot taken, and in the back of the net!
We'll bring you the action through live commentary and analysis with pre-game, halftime, and post-game shows, live and direct from the Warner Park Football Stadium. That's the SKNFA Match of the Week on Voice of the Caribbean Radio in partnership with the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, bringing live radio coverage every Saturday at 8 p.m. from now till the end of the season, only on voiceofthecaribbean.net or sknfa.com. Live football action from St. Kitts every Saturday on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, your Caribbean sports leader.
I am floored. That is a scorcher of a goal. That's the best.
Welcome back to SKN Football Weekly. I'm Andre Huey, and this week we are looking ahead at the games coming up this weekend in the National Bank Premier League. Let's take a look at the first game. That's going to be played this evening. Keon FC taking on Mantab. That's going to be at 6 p.m. And right after that, the game that we're bringing live on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, Village Superstars versus Garden Hotspurs. We're getting a lot of Village games on a Saturday night. We realize in our commentary we've been covering Village quite a lot. But let's start with the Mantab game. Keon versus Mantab at 6. What can we expect?
Hopefully, good football.
Goes without saying.
Yes. Keon coming off a positive result. Mantab, I may say, they have had a positive result. They're 3 undefeated. They're 3 straight games now for them without defeat. So they'll be proud of that. Keon would be looking to build on what and they win last week against fellow promoted team Old Road, so they'll be looking to build on that. Mantab on the other hand will be hoping to get something out of this game. even if they could pull off what they did against Connery, against this Keon team, it will be a big coup for them.
Indeed. Then our game on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, affiliate radio station, Village Superstars versus Garden Hotspurs. That game coming up at 8 p.m. Tonight at the Warner Park Football Stadium. Your thoughts on that game? Village, high on that 2-0 victory against Connery. They're certainly looking to put something on the board against a struggling Spurs team at the moment.
Yes, and as they say, Garden Hotspurs will be struggling, so Village will want to take advantage of their bad form. Spurs, on the other hand, would want to put together a more consistent performance over the 90 minutes and hopefully can steal something against their Bastia rival.
Oh yes, it is a Bastille Derby after all, and this is one of those these matchups, this derby that we tend to look out for even more than the Village Newtown Derby. This Bastille Derby between these two teams, because they're so close, they're close knit, but they're very competitive, and they have this competitive nature about them. Very fiercely loyal fans. I'm telling you, you can't find two more loyal fans than Village. And well, of course, you could include Newtown, but when it comes to Village and Spurs, they really go all out. And I know the Spurs fans are going to come out in their numbers. But do you think, of course, because we tend to realize, like in the English Premier League and a lot of other established leagues, that derbies tend to be nonsensical in the sense that, two teams could be on really poor forms, but when they meet in a derby, all that goes through the window, and logic goes through the window, and they just...
Farm is out of the question. When it comes to these big games, it's all about pride, local pride, personal pride, community pride.
Right.
So
which is why I pointed out the fierce loyalty from the fans.
to get one up on your rivals. So farm doesn't matter.
But Spurs really need this though. They really need to get something out of this game. They have been struggling. Is it a case of a new coach, new system, new style? Because they haven't really lost a lot of players.
They're very young. That's what I realized. They're very young, so there's some inconsistencies. There's some lackadaisical tendencies, but I think over time, as you say, because of a new coach, I think over time they'll be able to improve upon it.
All right. So we'll see what happens. And again, reminding you that game tonight, Village Superstars versus Hobson Enterprises Garden Hotspurs, will be live on Voice of the Caribbean Radio. You can listen to Voice of the Caribbean Radio on our Android mobile app. Search Voice of the Caribbean in the Google Play Store. You can log on to voiceofthecaribbean.net online, or you can visit us on TuneIn if you have TuneIn Radio. You can find us there as well. And not forgetting, if you log on to the SKNFA website, you can click on Listen Live and listen us right there as well. Moving on to Sunday's games. Tomorrow, we have Newtown United taking on Old Road Jets. Now, for some people, this is a straightforward victory for Newtown. But Old Road, as we have seen, as you always call them, a banana skin team. And Newtown hasn't lost a game yet. So what can we say? What will happen here?
Well, Newtown wouldn't want to slip up this banana skin team, especially this early in the season. Old Road, on the other hand, they'll want to get something from this game after failing to beat Mantab and then losing to Cairn, and they'll want to get something of this game to keep the confidence going amongst this squad players.
Right. Newtown are on a roll. They're playing good football, and I guess this is an opportunity for them to do something great, to try to get a big result. You're playing a newly promoted team. You want to score as many goals as possible. So they're probably licking their lips, thinking this is an opportunity for us to win big.
Yes, they're still a team in transition, as we've been saying. This Old team presents opportunity to be a live guinea pig, let's say, for Newtown coach.
No offense, Old.
No offense to Old. I was just about to say, Old wouldn't want to be would want to be seen as that
right. Yeah, but we know Old Road, they have a young squad as well, and they have been playing some really impressive football, and they've had some pretty good results. I mean, they might be in the bottom three, but I think most people probably would have thought having them at this stage in the season at the bottom of the table. They're not at the bottom of the table, so it means that they are doing something good. They have 4 points on the board.
Yes, and considering when they started the season, they conceded 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of their season. So and they bounced back well from that. So they have been credible thus far for the season.
Welcome to the Premier League. St. Paul's United versus Saddlers. Saddlers, well, they've had some victories. They've had some victories, even in draws, as they won a couple of weeks ago. They drew 0-0 with the defending champions. They thought, okay, well, we're now on the right path. Then they lost last week, and now they're facing against the unbeaten St. Paul's. Saddlers and St. Paul's is also kind of a derby in a sense because they're neighboring communities. Is Saddlers going to get something from this game?
they'll be hoping they can pull out something. As we've been saying all season, Sadler's a team who would lose to the smaller clubs, but then turn around and beat the bigger clubs. So we will never know what we'll get from them. St. Paul's wouldn't want to lose to the Sadler's team. They would want to put them to the sword, as you said, as they're still undefeated, they're top of the table. They want to ensure that at the end of this weekend, they remain at the summit of the Premier League team.
And St. Paul's, as we said earlier, they've defended resolutely in that game against Newtown. They did fantastically well, in my opinion. And I think playing a Sadler's team that can kind of sometimes be stubborn in defense, but not really, strong attacking wise. You think St. Paul's will probably fare well in this game?
Yes, as you said, the Sadler's team could be stubborn at times, but how often we see that is left to be seen. We don't know which Sadlers will show up on any given weekend. But St. Paul's, they have been there, they have seen it all over the last 5 years. They're one of the most consistent teams in the Premier League. So I think they'll be the better position of both teams.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens. That's going to be on Sunday at 5. And the final game on the weekend, Connery FC, Saul Allen Auto Supplies Connery, taking on Elk Limited St. Peters. Connery coming off a spotty result. In fact, their form table is quite spotty. Losing, winning, draw in the last 5 games. They have a chance to try to make things right, but St. Peters might just be on the up and up at this point.
Yes, and you spoke about it that St. Peters probably determined St. Peters actually started to perform. Coming off of a win, their first win of the season, a big win in the circumstances. Their tails will be up. Connery, however, they lost a game. On farm, they probably would have been disappointed to have lost. But and the backlash, there's always, when a team coming off a loss, there's always the threat of a backlash. So it's shaping up to be a very interesting game.
Very interesting game indeed. All right, well, we'll see what happens. St. Peters, Connery on Sunday at 7 p.m. That's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And again, reminding you, the Village Superstars game, Garden Hotspurs game will be live on Voice of the Caribbean Radio tonight at 8 p.m. We're going to play the predictor game now, and we're going to look back at the results last week, and we have some interesting results indeed. Let's start with the one I predicted that Garden Hotspurs would draw with Mantab.
Yes.
Right, and I had said 2-2, but it turned out to be a 1-1 draw. What you predicted?
I predicted 1-0 Spurs win.
So I eventually got 3 points. Now remember the rule again. If we get the result right, then we get 3 points. If we get the scoreline right along with the result, we get an extra point. Well, I didn't get the scoreline right, so I only got 3 points. The next game was Village Superstars, Connery, and Saul Allen Auto Supplies, Connery. What was your prediction?
My prediction was 2-2 draw.
And that ended up in a 2-0 victory, by the way, to Village. And my prediction? I think I went with a draw as well, too. Yeah. And so it was wrong altogether. All right, moving on. St. Peters, we had St. Peters versus Sadlers. That ended up 3-1. And you predicted?
I predicted a draw. A 1-1 draw.
A 1-1 draw. Why would you do that? And in fact, when I said that, I said, you know what? I have mercy on St. Peters. I think St. Peters are finally going to get their 3 points. I was very close to getting the scoreline right. I said 1-0, but they actually won. Actually, no, I was far away from the scoreline. 3-1, they actually won 3-1. So I got another 3 points right there. So I have 6 points.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, thank you, St. Peters, for that. Keon took on Old Road Jets. That game ended up 2-0. And the predictions were?
I had 2-0 victory.
Right. So there you go. He got the scoreline right, and he got the result right. So he gets 4 points for that. Right. And what did I say?
You said 2-1 to Keon.
I said 2-1 to Keon. So I got the Keon result right.
Yes.
Oh yes, I did get the Keon result right. So now I had 9 points.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. I actually have more points than I thought I did. All right, let's move on. We had St. Paul's versus Newtown, and we had both predicted. Right, we went victor. Yeah, we thought that the form that Newtown was in, that somehow they would put St. Paul's in the back, but they actually almost lost that game. So we were so wrong. So St. Paul, we apologize. You are a top team. So yeah, we both predicted Newtown winning that game, and as you know, the result turned out to be 1-1. Newtown scoring in the latter part of the game through a penalty. They almost lost that game. So, yep. So after the first week of the predicted game, I have 9 points, and LaShawn has 4. So we'll see what happens for next week. Let's quickly predict the games for this week. All right. So we have Keon taking on Madtab on Saturday. I actually predict Keon is going to win that game because they're in good form right now. I'm going to say 2-0.
I will agree that Keon will win that game, but I'm going to say 2-1.
2-1, okay. Write that down. So I said 2-0, you said 2-1. Keon versus Mantam. All right, let's go to the next game, the Voice of the Caribbean game. Now, it's kind of wrong to be predicting the game that we're broadcasting live, but let's try. Village Superstars versus Garden Hotspurs. Spurs need a victory, and they need a victory bad. It's a derby, so I don't think form is going to have anything to do with this. So I'm going to go on the limb. I'm going to go on a limb and say Spurs is going to win this game. I'm going to say Spurs, they're going to edge it 2-1.
From what I've seen this season, I don't see anything from Spurs that...
It's a derby. I don't see it either. It's a derby, right? It's a bastard derby, and it's two of the fiercest teams in the league.
That could convince me that they will come up with something else from this game. I will say 3-1.
Oh. No respect Spurs. Okay, all right. I'm sticking with Spurs with this one. I'm gonna say 2-1. Newtown versus Old Road Jets. That's gonna be at 3 p.m. on Sunday. I think I'm just gonna go Newtown. I'll stick with the safe bet. I'm gonna say 2-1 to Newtown.
For me, I'm seeing Newtown as well. But I'm seeing a more dominant game. They're seeing them be more dominant in the game. So I'll say 3-0.
I'm tempted to say 3-1. I actually agree with you. I think they're going to be dominant, but I'm going to stick with the 2-0. I'm going to stick with the 2-0 for now. And then we'll go to St. Paul's taking on Sadlers. That game is at 5 p.m. on Sunday.
Yes, and I think St. Paul's will have too much for Sadlers. But I don't think they'll be as dominant as they could be. They'll just be happy to
get a 1-0.
To take
they haven't been scoring a lot lately.
So I'll say, yes, 1-0.
They haven't been scoring a lot lately. Coach, the captain Javon Leader said that they have to work on their attacking play. Said it in the interview we had. So I'm going to believe him, and I'm going to say 3-0.
3-0.
I'm going to say 3-0 to St. Paul's. Yes. And finally, Connery taking on St. Peter's.
This is a very, very tricky
game. They tricked you last week, by the way. They tricked you last week.
It's a very, very tricky game. But I think I'm going to go with a draw in this game. And a high-scoring draw, that's 2-2.
2-2? Yes. I could almost say the same thing as you, but I think Connery is going to want to bounce back. And as much as I think St. Peter's is on the up and up, and they do need the points, sorry, St. Peter's, but I'm going to side with Connery on this one. I think Connery will come out winners, but I don't think it's going to be an overrunning win. I'm going to put it at 2-1. 2-1 to Connery next week. But we'll see what happens next week. But we'll see what happens on Sunday, and then we'll come with the results. Yeah. So, any final words, LaShawn? Looking forward to the weekend, of course.
Yes. I'm looking forward to see some good football this weekend. Hopefully, we can see some goals. We can see teams coming out to compete. I hope we can see 5 very, very competitive games of football. I'm wishing that there'll be no one-sided games, even though I predicted one-sided game. I'm just hoping for a good weekend.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. And again, remember, our game with Village and Spurs is going to be live tonight at 8 p.m. on Voice of the Caribbean Radio. You can listen at voiceofthecaribbean.net, the SKNFA's website, listen live link. and also on our Android mobile app, search Voice of the Caribbean Radio, as well as tuning in radio. Thank you so much for watching SKN Football Weekly. I'm Andre Huey. Join us again next week. Rashawn, thanks again. And join us again next week for another edition of this web TV show.